Technology held a demonstration of the Identiseis system for invited guests. BTI's test range is on the Mexican border in southeastern Arizona, 15 miles from Sierra Vista, and near Fort Huachuca, home of the U.S. Army Intelligence Center. 1/2 mile of the system has been installed. It has been in place for nearly 3 years. These numbers show the distance from the sensor line: 600 feet, 400 feet, 200 feet. Mike King, Border Technology Vice President, was the host. King was assisted by Craig Walter of Basin Geophysical of Texas. His company performs seismic surveys. He is a professional engineer with 23 years' experience in seismic data acquisition. Dr. Greg Voss, an expert in digital signal processing. He helped guide the development of the Identiseis algorithm. Arizona State Senator Al Melvin had first witnessed a demonstration of an early version of the system in December of 2010. This is the third time he has seen the system in action. Two prominent local ranchers, Roger Barnett and John Ladd, were present. Barnett's ranch covers more than 30,000 acres east of Douglas, a major smuggling corridor. The Ladd Ranch has a 10-mile frontage on the Mexican border just east of the Identiseis test site. His problems with smugglers was recently featured on BBC TV. Ultralight aircraft are a growing problem along the border. Their small radar cross-section makes them difficult to detect. In this demonstration, the audience watched as an ultralight aircraft flew across the border from Mexico with the full knowledge of Customs and Border Patrol. As it passed over the sensor line, a siren sounded an alarm. It had been detected. Minutes later, the ultralight crossed over the border again, but at a point further west along the sensor line. Again, as it passed the line of sensors, the alarm blared. Detected. Identiseis can run for hundreds of miles without a break, allowing the detection of ultralight aircraft anywhere along the protected border. A group of 4 U.S. citizens, acting as illegal border crossers, walked north from the Mexican border toward the sensor line, with a news photographer looking on. At the 600-foot marker, the alarm siren sounded. At that moment, a small unmanned aerial vehicle, or Identicopter, was launched. Using the GPS location of the alarm, Identicopter flies to intercept. Identicopter sends telemetry showing its location and status to a ground station. The design rationale behind the Identicopter can be found at www.bordertechnology.com. Upon reaching the southernmost search point, the Identicopter turns and heads north, passing the 600-foot marker where the alarm had been sounded. People walk at about 200 feet per minute. It took Identicopter about 1 minute to reach the subjects at the 400-foot marker. Identicopter was pre-programmed to fly a specific search pattern, including making 180-degree pivots to increase the likelihood of spotting the subjects. It was on automatic pilot for the entire duration of this demonstration. Spectators could follow the action on this big screen TV. Small electric UAV helicopters can fly for about 40 minutes, but this is enough time to fly to the point of an alarm, spot the intruders, send back video, and return to base. Here reaches the sensor line and begins to return to base. The landing is automatic. The safety officer is holding the RC controller by his side.
Folks working in a southern Arizona company developing a seismic technology they say can help secure the U.S.-Mexico border. News 4 Tucson's Nathan O'Neill reports now from Hereford.
This portion of the international border is a known corridor for human and drug smuggling, but a company called Border Technology says that they've come up with a way to secure it.
I got our pilot in sight coming in right now.
The technology is placed underground, and the moment somebody walks by, it detects them.
So instead of just having one little area that's covered, we can cover an entire border or entire perimeter of an airport.
As Michael King explains, the technology they have developed over the last few years is hypersensitive, capable of distinguishing if a group of people is walking nearby or whether an aircraft is flying overhead. That's appealing to State Senator Al Melvin, who has strong concerns about border security.
But as you can see, we've got fence here that's pretty sophisticated, so now we have to fill in the gaps with this technology.
The cost for something like this? King says it's negligible compared to the Fed's budget.
When they're spending $5 million a mile for a fence, well, throwing in $100,000 extra a mile for our system buried and installed is a very small amount of money to pay.
Whether this technology becomes reality along the entire border remains to be seen, but there are some promising signs.
I will say that there are large companies, a large company that has been flirting with us some and is very interested in our technology.
The state government, we are careful how we spend our money, but we could be investing in this type of technology.
As the national debate continues over what's the best way to secure the border, this company hopes that they can just become a viable option for the feds to consider. In Hereford, I'm Nathan O'Neill, News 4 Tucson.